During the Thursday, March 12th episode of Live with Kelly and Mark, the famed talk show host revealed she's given up one of the most classic core exercises after hearing some good advice from a plastic surgeon. The conversation started innocently, as her husband and co-host, Mark Consuelos, read a segment about the worst habits for your back, according to spine surgeons. Bending, lifting, and twisting. How do you not do any of those things? Consuelos asked. In agreement, Ripa reiterated that they do all those things, especially when hoisting luggage overhead on an airplane, before comedically calling her husband a hero as he demonstrated his bag lifting technique. The discussion then turned to sit-ups as Consuelos read, "Don't play pickleball without warming up first, and steer clear of sit-ups. Sit-ups and crunches can strengthen your core, but they may put a lot of stress on the discs in your spine," she read aloud. Core strengthening exercises such as planks, Pilates, swimming, yoga, and elliptical machines are a lot better for your back in general. But it was one note from a plastic surgeon that made Ripa rethink her fitness routine entirely. Also your neck, she revealed. The tighter your core, the worse your neck looks. Dr. David Rosenberg, he just says a tight core ages your neck in dog years. Anyway, this is good advice from a plastic surgeon. So now I haven't done a crunch in 5 years. That ended that. This isn't the first time Ripa made a candid plastic surgery confession on Live. In an episode last month, the Hope and Faith actress warned young fans they may regret getting cosmetic work done on their faces too soon. People, another article I read, are delving into Botox younger and younger, she said, which to me is wild. It's wild. It's like life hasn't even hit you yet. You are going to make yourself look older. These are my opinions again. In the fast-paced world of daytime television, few personalities combine warmth, humor, and fitness savvy quite like Kelly Ripa. The Live with Kelly and Mark host has long been admired not only for her charm and wit, but also for her dedication to health and fitness. Her routines, often shared in bits and pieces on social media or in interviews, have inspired millions of fans who look to her as a role model for maintaining strength, energy, and wellness in midlife. On Thursday, March 12th, during a lively segment on her hit talk show, Ripa shared a revelation that left both viewers and co-host Mark Consuelos laughing, and perhaps questioning their own fitness habits. The discussion began with a seemingly innocuous article Mark read aloud, highlighting some of the worst habits for your back, according to top spine surgeons. The items included bending, lifting, and twisting, the sort of everyday movements that most people take for granted. Mark leaned into the segment with his trademark mix of curiosity and humor. Bending, lifting, and twisting. How do you not do any of those things? He asked, glancing at his wife with mock incredulity. Ripa, ever quick-witted, immediately riffed off the comment. Exactly. They do all those things, she said, gesturing dramatically. Especially when hoisting luggage overhead on an airplane. I mean, who among us hasn't pulled a suitcase out of the overhead bin and felt like a superhero? Mark responded by flexing his own version of the classic bag lifting technique, prompting Ripa to call him a hero as the studio audience erupted in laughter. The segment, lighthearted in tone, quickly pivoted to a topic that has been dominating the conversation in fitness and wellness circles for decades, sit-ups and crunches. Don't play pickleball without warming up first, and steer clear of sit-ups. Mark read aloud from the article, his eyes widening in mock horror. Ripa nodded, holding up a finger to emphasize her point. Sit-ups and crunches can strengthen your core, but they may put a lot of stress on the discs in your spine, she explained. That's why core-strengthening exercises like planks, Pilates, swimming, yoga, and even elliptical machines are far better for your back overall. The conversation might have ended there, but Ripa had another tidbit that caught everyone by surprise. Advice she received from a plastic surgeon that completely reshaped her approach to fitness. Also your neck, she revealed with a conspiratorial tone, leaning closer to the camera. The tighter your core, the worse your neck looks. Dr. David Rosenberg, he just says, a tight core ages your neck in dog years. She paused for effect, letting the statement land before continuing with a laugh. Anyway, this is good advice from a plastic surgeon. So now I haven't done a crunch in 5 years. That ended that. The audience and viewers at home were both shocked and amused. Kelly Ripa, who's always promoted healthy living and toned physiques, candidly admitting to abandoning one of the most classic and widely endorsed core exercises in favor of alternatives, was a revelation. What made the moment particularly compelling was how Ripa framed her fitness philosophy. Practical, humorous, and grounded in science, yet guided by a sense of aesthetic awareness. I'm not against fitness, she clarified. I love staying strong and active. I do yoga, Pilates, swimming, and I hit the elliptical. But those old school crunches? They're just not worth it for your back and your neck. Ripa's candidness about her exercise habits is far from a one-time occurrence. Fans of Live will recall her open discussion last month about plastic surgery and the timing of cosmetic procedures. She advised young fans to proceed with caution when considering Botox or other cosmetic interventions too early in life. People are delving into Botox younger and younger, she said. To me, it's wild. It's like life hasn't even hit you yet. You are going to make yourself look older. These are my opinions again. The recurring theme in Ripa's approach is balance. She champions physical health, yet also emphasizes longevity, injury prevention, and aesthetic harmony. Her decision to abandon sit-ups, backed by medical advice, reflects a sophisticated understanding of how fitness, aging, and self-image intersect. Fitness experts have weighed in on similar guidance. Dr. Rosenberg's advice aligns with growing consensus among physiotherapists and sports medicine professionals. Traditional crunches and sit-ups can create undue pressure on the lumbar spine, and over-tightening abdominal muscles may negatively affect posture, particularly in the cervical and thoracic regions. Alternative exercises like planks and Pilates-based movements engage the core in a way that stabilizes the spine while promoting natural posture alignment. Ripa's own routine is a testament to this philosophy. Viewers who follow her fitness journey online see a varied approach: yoga sessions to enhance flexibility, Pilates for core stability, swimming for low-impact cardio, and elliptical workouts for endurance. She emphasizes functional strength rather than purely aesthetic outcomes, noting that maintaining balance, coordination, and joint health is paramount as we age. Beyond her physical fitness, Ripa's open discussion about cosmetic procedures and aesthetic choices underscores a broader life philosophy. Make informed choices, understand the long-term implications, and prioritize overall well-being over fleeting trends. By sharing her experiences, she empowers her audience to critically evaluate advice and form habits that. Mark Consuelos, her husband and co-host, plays a vital role in these discussions, blending humor and sincerity to engage viewers. His light-hearted demonstration of bag lifting techniques may have elicited laughter, but it also reinforced the notion that everyday movements can impact spinal health. The dynamic between the two hosts, the combination of wit, expertise, and familial relatability, allows important health messages to resonate with a broad audience. In the studio that morning, the interplay between humor and information was seamless. The segment not only educated viewers about the risks of certain exercises, but also humanized the hosts, showing them navigating real-world decisions about aging, health, and appearance. Ripa's confession about ditching crunches is not just a tip about exercise. It's a window into a philosophy that blends practical fitness with self-compassion, medical guidance, and common sense. Her choice also resonates in the broader context of public conversations about fitness and wellness. For decades, sit-ups were the hallmark of core strength, featuring in gyms, military training, and school programs worldwide. Yet evolving scientific understanding has challenged this assumption. In many cases, traditional sit-ups can exacerbate spinal disc problems, particularly for individuals with pre-existing conditions or advancing age. Ripa's adoption of safer alternatives aligns with contemporary recommendations from physiotherapists and exercise physiologists. Fans have responded enthusiastically to her transparency. Social media reactions ranged from surprise to admiration, with many noting that if someone as disciplined and experienced as Ripa reevaluates her approach, it is worth considering for oneself. Fitness enthusiasts, both young and older, found inspiration in her message that it's never too late to adapt routines for long-term health. Ripa's approach to fitness also demonstrates a larger truth about celebrity wellness culture. Even the most publicized routines are not one-size-fits-all. Celebrities often present aspirational images, but Ripa's candidness about ditching crunches illustrates the importance of tailoring fitness regimens to individual bodies, goals, and medical guidance. It's a reminder that expertise, adaptation, and self-awareness are more valuable than blindly following trends. In reflecting on the episode, it's clear that Ripa's philosophy is both practical and aspirational. She shows that one can maintain strength, energy, and vitality while making intelligent modifications to traditional routines. She respects professional guidance, listens to her own body, and maintains a sense of humor throughout, a combination that makes her advice accessible and relatable to millions. For viewers tuning in, the segment offered more than health tips. It offered a lesson in prioritizing long-term wellness over outdated practices or aesthetic pressures. Ripa's refusal to compromise her spinal and cervical health in favor of crunches, coupled with her previous insights on cosmetic timing, paints a holistic picture of self-care, one that balances fitness, appearance, and health. By sharing her experiences so openly, Ripa bridges the gap between celebrity culture and everyday life, making the conversation about wellness personal, achievable, and relatable. Whether it's laughing at her husband's heroics lifting a bag overhead or explaining why she avoids crunches, Ripa's approach humanizes the challenges of aging, exercise, and body maintenance in a media-saturated culture. The conversation also highlights the evolving understanding of core health in modern fitness. While sit-ups remain iconic, emerging evidence underscores the need for functional core strength, movements that stabilize the spine, protect the neck, and promote postural integrity. Ripa embodies this evolution, translating medical insight into practical lifestyle adjustments while maintaining her trademark humor. Ultimately, Ripa's disclosure resonates far beyond the television screen. It encourages audiences to rethink long-held assumptions, seek expert guidance, and adapt routines to individual needs. Her decision to ditch traditional crunches in favor of safer, more effective exercises is a small but powerful example of living consciously, making informed choices, and embracing lifelong learning, values that extend well beyond the gym. As Live with Kelly and Mark continues to blend entertainment, information, and candid conversation, moments like this segment reinforce why the show remains a staple of daytime television. Kelly Ripa, with her blend of humor, wisdom, and relatability, continues to educate, inspire, and entertain, one candid revelation at a time. In the end, Ripa's message is clear. Health and wellness are dynamic, individualized, and guided by knowledge and self-awareness. For fans adopting her approach, listening to professionals, modifying routines as needed, and prioritizing long-term well-being is a lesson that extends far beyond the television screen. And as Ripa herself demonstrates, it's possible to navigate these decisions with humor, grace, and style, proving that real wellness is as much about mindset as it is about exercise.